And while the time for acknowledgement, apology, and atonement is long overdue, it is never too late to do the right thing.
After facing delays, members of an Indigenous delegation had their first round of talks with Pope Francis at the Vatican Monday. Meetings between the Pope and Métis, Inuit, and First Nations delegates this week will allow residential school survivors and those with lived experiences to share their stories directly with the leader of the Catholic Church.
Our survivors did an incredible job in that meeting of standing up and telling their truths. They were so brave and so courageous. Métis National Council President Cassidy Caron says the moment 3 residential school survivors shared their stories with the Pope was powerful. Their hope is that the meeting will advance reconciliation, heal intergenerational trauma, and prevent anything like it in the future. Caron says they've invited the Pope to visit Canada and formally apologize for the Catholic Church's role in residential schools. He repeated truth, justice, and healing, and I take that as a personal commitment. So he has personally committed to those 3 actions that we have invited him along. Despite his commitment, the Pope did not offer an apology during the meeting for the abuse that took place at the church-run, government-funded schools for Indigenous children. Métis Nation of Ontario Regional Councillor Mitch Case was also joined by elders, knowledge keepers, and survivors during Monday's meeting.
What happened was a crime against humanity, and it happened to our survivors, it happened to our children, and that is, quite frankly, the unfinished business that is happening here.
Inuit delegates also had a 1-hour meeting with the Pope on Monday. President of Inuit Taparit Katanami, Nathan Obed, says beyond the request for a formal apology on Canadian soil, the Inuit delegates also raised concerns over the Indian Residential School Settlement Agreement from 2006 and notable non-compliance with payments by the Catholic Church.
Especially considering the outstanding $25 million restitution, of only which $3 million has been paid.
Richard Joseph Gagnon, the Archbishop of Winnipeg, is in Rome on behalf of the Canadian Conference of Catholic Bishops who helped organize the Vatican visit. Gagnon says the Pope gave the speakers his full attention, and despite the intensity of what was being shared, there was a calm atmosphere.
We had hoped when the delegation was organized, as you know, it goes back 3 years now, that this would be the tenor of the meeting, that it would be a listening time, and also to establish a relationship of engaging the Holy See in this great Canadian challenge and project of reconciliation in the country.
First Nations delegates will meet with the Pope later in the week before he is expected to address the whole delegation on Friday. In Winnipeg, Mark Neufeld, City News.